The other night I had this image in my mind of a senior demon teaching a noob demon on what to look for. And they were standing in a church service, and over there, he said, "Look over there, you see them? They're singing extra loud. Yeah, it's because they're afraid. That's a prime target. Yeah. Oh, Pastor Tim, I need this on the prayer chain now. Oh, you didn't answer your phone, and people weren't praying as much as they could have been." And I'm going, hold on here. Another friend, Cheyenne, posted a picture of the empty rack at Walmart of Bibles. It's like, oh, the crap is hitting the fan. We don't even own a Bible. We better figure out where is God in all this. When the disciples are freaking out because of the storm, Jesus, because he trusts the Father, is asleep in the storm. The disciples, because they have no idea how much the Father loves them and is taking care of them, they're actually angrily berating Jesus, saying, "Don't you care? Don't you care?" And if you're a highly prophetic, emotionally sensitive person right now, or someone who has dealt with extreme panic attacks or irrational fear of dying or everyone getting sick or the worst thing you can imagine happening, if you've then met Jesus and you've learned to take those thoughts captive, to tell them no, to rest in Jesus, to doubt your beliefs intelligently, the Christian life's not a list of rules. The Christian life is a life of union with the Father, having so experienced who he is, so consistently, so continuously, that it has transformed. Like, the things that used to freak us out don't scare us anymore, even death. And I think that some of the more prophetic, emotionally sensitive people that have gone through these panic attacks and have faced this kind of fear on a daily basis, they can be our best teachers right now, because they've learned to take their thoughts captive to the obedience of Christ. They've learned to say, most of the crap I'm afraid of never happens anyway. And holy cow, what I'm asking you to do is super easy. Take 5 minutes, set the timer on your phone, and look into his smiling face. And just stay there. Shut the door. Lock the door to your office if you need to. Lock the door so no one comes in and interrupts. If you don't feel free to be unveiled and emotional with Jesus because somebody might bust in, dude, you remember he actually said that, right? He said, when you pray, not if you pray, when you pray, go into your closet and shut the door and pray to your Father who sees in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. The other day, I was talking to the Lord about how Jesus never seemed upset. Like, here's what I mean. He never seemed worried. He never seemed anxious. He never seemed in a hurry. He was always working, and yet he was always in a place of rest. And I said, Lord, like, how do we do that? And he said, Tim, whenever you make an attachment to a thing or a person, you begin to absorb that thing or person's attributes. So the key to living from a place of rest is your attachments. Here's what I'm saying. Take time to attach to Jesus. And it takes time. Jesus said we can live like him, but he didn't say we could do it if we only give him a tiny fraction of our attention. When he called his disciples, he called them to come and live with him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's 168 hours a week. After 3 years, they were different people. But even then, they still needed the baptism of the Holy Spirit to make them really change. How do we think we're going to do it without spending the time with him and without the baptism of the Spirit? Probably can't. It's going to take the time. Don't give up seeking Jesus in the midst of this. And don't seek him rooted in fear, speaking out of fear, letting your fear narrative set the agenda for your time with him. Unload that on him, but then listen to what he has to say. Unload your stuff on him, but let him download his heart to you. One time I was sitting on the couch with Jesus, and he reached inside his chest and he put his hand or on his heart. And he said, I wish I could take you in here and show you what it's like when love is all there is. He's not struggling to forgive because he has no selfish motives. There's just all kinds of stuff that you and I get tripped up by that he just doesn't even get tripped up by, because his only motivation is always love. I could use more of that in my life, and so could you.